mouth full of chrome.
Nah, we just shooting shit. Like write scripts, write plays, movies, things like that. What I pretty much do now. And so there's a lot of times they would be like, you have an assignment where you have to go to watch a play being done somewhere, right? I almost never did those because plays, one, put me to sleep. Them shit's boring. I don't care. I don't care if it's part of history. I don't care how uncultured I sound. I've seen over 150 something plays throughout 12 years of my life. You seen one, you seen them all.
No, seriously.
Gonna be real. I'm just gonna be real. Like,
I've been in plays. You've been in one. You've been in them all. Same production. It's literally the same production.
It's the same production. They don't do any new plays. They all do the same shit. So
every year is the same bullshit. Why we gotta keep rehearsing this when we do this every fucking year? Like, you just suck.
One class session. I remember this. We had to go see that. I think they were doing the Three Musketeers, and so the school was doing it, and they were like, "Yeah, you got to go see the Three Musketeers, and then write a summary of what you felt about it or whatnot or whatever." So I didn't see it at all, but I guarantee you, I turned that assignment in, and the teacher was like, "Well, William, we didn't see you at any other productions and things like that," and I was like, "Yeah, I already know the story of Three Musketeers, so I don't think you did anything different." And then all these people were like, yes, they did. They did this. I was like, yeah, also this Broadway production that did, Three Musketeers did that exact same thing. So that's not new. So even in my summary, I'm still hitting on that. Like, so I'm sitting here and I'm doing that, right? And then all of a sudden, all these people ganging up on me. Oh, you're a disgrace to the theater department here. You don't care about this. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't. I don't plays. I don't care about plays. I don't care about musicals. I've been in too many of them. They bore me. I'm here to learn a specific thing. And unfortunately, the way this curriculum is set up, I have to do all this boring shit to get to the shit that I care about. Right. And then I was ostracized for that. I was just being real. Got called fake.
It's like, you want me to spend. It's a scam. Again, that's when we go back to school being a scam. Like, we know where we want to learn. We know what it takes to learn that. You making us jump through these bullshit ass hoops. It's not like what we're really doing it. It's wild. It's freaking wild.
I'm gonna be real though. I just really wanted to rant about my experience in college.
Hey, rant all the way, bro.
It's just wild. It's just really wild because then I came back to Tallahassee, right? And I had some mixed feelings about coming back. I was like, dang, it kind of feels like I failed a little bit, or whatever. But it was just too much up there. It's too much going on. Like I said, the racism was a little too much for me. It was getting in the way of my studies. It was affecting how I thought about stuff. It was a lot. So when I came back here and I started TCC up, that's when I kind of just got to the point in my life where I was just like, yeah, this shit is really a scam. Like, it really is. I can't, if I want to learn something, I shouldn't have to, if I'm trying to learn how to write a script, I shouldn't have to take a math, science, and any of those classes like that. I shouldn't have to.
You have to, yeah.
Those classes at that point should then become your electives. Like, you need an elective, so let me take this math class as an elective. If I'm specifically going to school for one thing. If even you're a history teacher, you don't need to know math to be a history teacher.
And I've learned that the reason why they still have them as core subjects because they're not going to receive government funding for it. They need a certain quota of students having those core subjects, or no government funding or other types of state funding, whatever.
Exactly, and it's just crazy because if you look at how one of the reasons my dad wanted to send me to school overseas, he was very adamant my whole young life. Hey, son, how would you like to go to school in Switzerland? And I'm like, Switzerland? Why the fuck would I go there? Swiss cheese? The fuck? I ain't trying to be there. What?
It's straight to the point.
And then he was he would always tell me, here's how they do school. You go to your grade school, you go to your middle school, then you go to high school. And in high school, they ask you when you're senior year, what do you want to do as you grow up? And you pick 3 things. And then they take those 3 things, and those are the only things you are learning about in your senior year of high school, so that when you get to college, you don't have to take math, you don't take science, you don't have to take all these other what we would call what we would call core classes here. What we have to do, what we do then is take the classes based on whatever job it is that you're trying, career field you're trying to go into. So they teach you that. You want to do video games, they do teach you a little bit of math, but they focus more on the video game creation side. You want to learn how to do book writing or whatever, you want to write novels, that you may have to take like, a basic English course, of course, but at the end of the day, you need that in order to do the writing that you're trying to write,
Right.
So it's a very specialized way of learning. And I feel like if they did that in America, it would not only create more job opportunities, but then you would have a better atmosphere of people wanting to actually go to college.
Right. No, like that ass.
Because even like looking at like, Tiffany's curriculum and things like that, just like there was, she had taken like Spanish, I think, back in like high school, like an AP Spanish course. She took her Spanish. And remember back when we were in high school, you had to take at least two language classes, and then you didn't have to take it when you got to TCC or you got to college. So they made her retake that. And it's like, and it's like, why? She like,
she did AP. Like, what's the point? What's the point of even taking any AP classes if I've got to redo all this in college?
And then like, thank God she doesn't have to, like, she's very fortunate in the sense that she's got like, a waiver for free college due to her being adopted. But like, even still, imagine if you had to pay for that shit. Now it's like, okay, hey, and it's not like they told her this at the beginning. Like, hey, okay, you're coming in. This is your first year here at this school. You know what I mean? You need to take this. It's okay. Hey, I've went through all 2 semesters. Now I gotta take this.
Right. No, like that.
You can't. Sorry, we can't let you move forward to take these classes that have nothing to do with Spanish.
You gotta stay in the undergrad.
Yeah, you gotta take these 2 Spanish courses, even though that has nothing to do with what you're trying to learn. You gotta take those 2. And it's just wild. It's wild to me how they set it up like that.
No, it's like that ass.
They set up that fair. You know what I mean? And it kind of low-key is a scam, but it's no more of a scam than like than car insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Hiking. High key is a scam.
It's a high key scam. It really is.
High key scam.
It's a capitalist, system to make what is it? Factory workers. That's what skill. That's what the education system was for. Yeah, to turn.
Yeah. No, seriously. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just really crazy how like all these things were born out of that stuff, and we can acknowledge that, we can trace the history, but nobody wants to reform any of this stuff, and that's so wild to me because we reformed so much. We reformed so many other things. You know what I'm saying? We reformed our gender norms throughout every decade. There's new gender norms. You know what I'm saying? We can reform those things. But it's not even that it's like that difficult to reform schools or to reform prison systems or anything like that. It's just going to take time. But like, you put the work in. Like, that's literally it. You know?
Way back when, now you feel too close, calling me your kin. Fuck nigga,